All right, so this one is about the Charlie Kirk situation thing, tragedy. One of the most horrific things I've seen on TV, live on the internet, recently. Stuff I don't like to watch. So after I got done at lunchtime recording a video earlier today, I went in back to into the factory, and one of my coworkers told me that Charlie Kirk had just gotten shot. I was like, what? I looked it up online. I saw it was true. He showed me the video, the one from a distance. Dude got shot like right in the chest, the upper chest of the neck. And then like 10 minutes later, I seen the other video up close, man. It was real graphic. Real graphic. You see the blood like squirt out like twice. Horrific. And then about an hour later, they said he passed away, man. Um, man, this is the kind of stuff I was talking about, like people online, people people in their politics, people online, people going crazy, and people with their demented thoughts. Um, People with their demented thoughts, their intrusive thoughts. Like whoever, whoever. I mean, they said they caught some guy. I don't know, but whoever did this stuff is gonna get caught. All the people that were there, I don't, just let the police do their thing. Um, Whoever thought this was a good idea was an idiot. I mean, they're throwing their own life away, and they throw this man's life away. He had two kids, I think, a wife, and all over like free speech and politics. And I don't even like watch the guy. I know who he is. Um, you know, I know who he is. I've seen his stuff before. He's a great debater. Conservative guy, but to like just black. I mean, is that what this generation wants? They think this whole thing is like GTA 5, um, like Grand Theft Auto thinks it's a video game. Now you want to see people get blood splatter all over, all over the place. I don't know, man. I seen that. Yeah, there was a lot of people just still talking junk online, saying like, "Oh, I hope he goes to hell." Like, man, if you really think that, and you're really saying stuff like that online, doesn't matter if you're saying it online or you're even thinking that stuff. You're giggling. You're an NPC, bro, or woman, or whoever you are. NPC. You really got like the demonic forces like working on your brain and mind. If you can't tell, like some like people are human and stuff. You know what I'm saying? People are people. If you don't want to, yeah, you don't want to like acknowledge this man as a person and stuff with a family. You want to see his life get taken away. That's psychopathic right there. Very psychopathic. But going back to like public safety and stuff like that, it's kind of what I was getting at in the last video, hinting at stuff like that. I don't like going to like large crowds, concerts. I still remember the Boston bombing from like a good 15 years ago. I remember that. Um, I don't trust people, man. Especially in today's climate, political climate. I do not trust people. I don't trust the crazy people. I know, like, it doesn't matter what side you're on. You're on the left. You're on the right. I blame everybody. I blame the politicians more for pushing this stuff on TV and online and like saying retarded stuff, and then the people picking it up and like just going along with it and being sheep and being followers, and then even people just being extremists, and people just so gun ho, so extreme about their politics or their views. They got to push it on other people. Um, my whole thing is just go vote. You ain't got to tell nobody about it, man. Do your part, do your civic duty, go vote. But man, like once you've lived long enough, like do you really got to fight about it? You really got to argue about it? I don't think so. Is it really worth, or do you just get off on that? What kind of person are you that you think you got to get off on and telling everybody you like debating? You're getting off on that, man. You get off on that. Some people are like that. I'm pretty sure I was like that before, so I know. I was like that before too. Um, but it's a horrific tragedy. Some people like watching gore. I got a buddy that likes watching gore. He'd be sending me videos. He used to send me videos on Instagram, but I told him not to send that stuff to me anymore. Told him to quit because I've seen it. I've seen it all, man. I've seen it all when broadband came out and back in 2003. You know, the gore, all that bloodshed from the wars, the Mexican cartels. I don't like watching it, man. I don't like watching that stuff. Who in their right mind gets off on that stuff? That's why I say the demons is in your brain, man. The demons is in your brain, the intrusive thoughts. Like, what normal person watches stuff like that? Oh man, stop being a pussy. They keep saying like, man, shut up. Like, it's always the person that's the most pussy saying that shit. Trying to peer pressure. Keep what? Like, man, you that pussy. I've seen people in car accidents lose their life, and it's horrific and tragic. Lives are shattered. It's not cool. There's nothing funny about it. You know, I remember one time my younger brother was at the dinner table, and there was this newscast on TV. A bunch of people like died in a bus accident. And he just started laughing. We're like all looking at him like, man, what's wrong with you, man? Like, but he's sheltered. Kid is sheltered. All he does is spend time on the internet, on playing video games. He's done that his whole life. It's different when you see it in real life, man. It'll change. It'll change you. It'll definitely change you. It'll physically change you. It'll change you. You'll feel it. If you don't, then there's something wrong with you. There is something wrong with you. Like there's just no hope for you or something, man. You just tapped. You've been tapped by the angels in the mind or something. You've been touched by the angels. That's just probably a bad phrase and metaphor that I heard somewhere. But going back to all this violence, I remember one time with this girl I was dating. We were downtown and um we had just sat down at some restaurant downtown and we started hearing some people yelling. I was like, let's go. We had just sat down. We was waiting for like the waitress to come back with our menus. We left. I don't play that. I don't play that, man. I mean, I'm not from like the worst hood in the world, but I've lived in hoods. Um, plenty of times. I've lived in some hoods. Um, I remember one time where I live. I heard usually when you hear people arguing, like around where I live, you hear people arguing, then you'll hear some gunshots. Like you'll hear it from your house, like through the window, like it'll be echoing between the houses, and then you hear pow pow or whatever, and then man, I mean, I got some stories. One time it was in the daytime. I think it was like a Saturday or Sunday. Heard all this yelling and heard some shots happen. The police were there. What happened was there was a domestic violence dispute with a guy that lived like behind my house down the street. A young dude, way younger than me. He's probably like about say like 27, and he had gotten to an argument with his girlfriend. Girlfriend, someone called the cops. I don't know who called the cops, but police got there. I think like the girl and her mom like left, but the police got there and the dude had a gun on him. The dude threw the gun down on the ground in front of the cop, and this is what's tragic. The dude's brother, younger brother, I think he was like 16, picked up the gun in front of the police officer, and the police officer shot him and he died. So, and this is a long time ago, good 15 years ago, but no one ever told this kid to not pick up a weapon, a gun, knife, gun, anything like that, firearm. Don't pick up a gun in front of a police officer. I mean, it's just so dumb, man. But like, no one's teaching these kids. Everyone's just like gun ho about like, yeah, fight the cops, f the cops. It's cool. It's in the music. It's cool to be a bad. It's cool to be a badass. No, it ain't. Not when you get older and your knees are messed up, you got arthritis, and you don't have a 401k plan, you don't have any job skills, or you're not even working, or you're just going in and out of prison, and you're a lifetime criminal, and no one's gonna hire you. Um, and just to get out the system, then you're on probation. Um, you're still stuck in the system in the courts, or what else? Probation, parole, then probation. Is that how you want to live, man? Um, where am I going with all this, man? I mean, trying to paint a picture of like all that movie stuff is not the way to go. You know, it's all about skills. Like I was saying in the last video, these guys, some of these kids, they don't know how to change a tire. They don't know how to don't know how to do nothing right when it comes. They don't know about the electricity. Or how about like everyone wants to be a YouTuber and nobody wants to be an electrician or a plumber? And how do you think the electricity is gonna get to the YouTube and to your Wi-Fi? Like, man, there's a 75-year gap in the trades. There's jobs out there for people. Um, but like I guess most kids, like people don't even go outside. They can't take the heat. They can't. People don't want to ride the bus. They don't want to ride a bike. I remember when I came back from South America, a buddy of mine had a car for me. And I came back with no job, nothing, no car, nothing. And then when I got back, he didn't have the car, and he gave me it wasn't a 10-speed, it was a mountain bike. I got a job through someone else that I knew that was like a couple miles, man. I rode that bike. I got a job. I rode that bike every day for a couple months and saved up, and I bought a car. And everyone I worked with was like, yeah, yeah, he did it. He like, he pulled himself up by the bootstraps. And I had some help, like had a place to stay and stuff like that, man. But like, I'll get on the bike. There was a couple of times I threw up on the bike because I was hungover. It ain't easy. I was hungover and I'm riding the bike. It's summertime in the morning time. I'm like, ugh. It sucked. Um, I've had plenty of jobs. Plenty of jobs. I've had plenty of different jobs: washing dishes, working on a chicken farm, screen printing, detailing cars, um, working at a cooking, working at a like at a restaurant. Um, man, doing security. I've had some different jobs, but like in there, I had like some jobs that I found some skills like with screen printing, something I like to do, man. But I remember having a guy there that worked with us one time, and he thought he was like this big time rapper. He was a young dude, maybe 24, big, tall, goofy dude. Had the dreads, he had the look, the styles, the tight pants, the Gucci belt buckle, the purse. Like, man, I'm old. I'm like, I don't do it like that. That ain't my style. He rocking no purse, and he got fired. He got fired because I mean, he sucked. And it's like, where are these guys? These kids are not. No one's teaching these kids any work ethic. Um, no one's teaching them any work ethic. Like, and they're like, even like some of the people I was talking about in the past video. Not talking junk. I'm, I'm putting this stuff out there to like just say, because man, I was a big mess up too, a big f up when I was young, and now that I'm old, I'm like finally getting my stuff together, getting smarter about stuff. But the kid was all bragging in front of his mom about, and I'm talking about, he wasn't even a kid. He's like 23. He's like a grown man. He bragging about doing coke and doing weed at the same time, and I was like, and he was just like, I want to do everything. I'm trying to get crazy. And I'm like, man, that's not even how you do drugs. That ain't even how you do. You don't do uppers and downers like that. I was just like, and why are you bragging in front of your mom? And I was looking at her like, I was like, man. I was like, man, this generation or something, like, I don't know. Then I look back on my own life, the crazy stuff I did at that age, 23. I'd moved out. I moved out with some friends, like three other friends, and got a house in a whole nother city. and found a job. Like things just kind of fell. Had a full time job, could pay rent, so I had a room. We lived there for like a good 2 3 years, partying it up and just having a good time. Lucky drugs wasn't really the biggest thing in my life, but some way too much time at in bars and partying, having a good time and chasing women instead of like building my own skills up. Now I'm older, struggling against my body and my arthritis, trying to like catch up with these skills and jobs and stuff, man. But that's what I'm saying, man. But then when it comes to safety, watch your surroundings, be careful, man. Man, don't just roll anywhere just because your friends and your peer pressure. I don't know who this video's for. Because it's even like grown adults, man. Like I'm saying, like it was even grown adults. I'm telling like, man, I be telling people, man. I don't know. Some people like some people that are grown adults, like uh, the married chicks or the married dudes, like they're not out here on these streets or out here like in these bars and clubs and stuff, so they don't really see what's going on. And they be like at work talking junk about like their significant other. Like, man, don't come out here. Don't get divorced. Don't do that. That's not the way to go. I was like, things have changed. It's a whole nother world out here now. Things have changed since the '90s and the earlier 2000s. Things have changed a lot with the dating scene and then the internet and the Tinder and I don't know the other. I don't even know the phone apps for dating or whatever. I don't mess with that stuff. But and I'll be looking at them. He's like, you don't even know. You don't even know. Or some dudes I know like used to know. They're like, man, you be like messing, or they be out just hanging out with me. Like when they're married and got kids, like why are you hanging out on the streets, man? Like you should be at home. They always ended up bad, man. Always ended up bad. We get in a fight, or some of them dudes they like to fight, they like to smoke, and they liked. Some people just like that street stuff, man. I don't. I don't. I like having my freedom and being able to lay my head down in peace without worrying about like the police or yeah, like something like I did something and the police are gonna come after me or anything like that. I like living in peace or knowing that I did somebody wrong. Um, I don't want that kind of stuff on my conscience now. And then yeah, and I've read the scriptures too. I just got done reading the scriptures about um recently. Was it earlier this year? But so when it comes to like these people that are doing stuff, they want to do political stuff or these assassinations, whoever it is, like who's it gonna end up being? Some lone wolf guy or guy that was part of a group? Was it a military group? Was it political motivated? What was the point of shooting Charlie Kirk? It was horrific. So it's like terrorism in a way. In front of all these people, I saw the blood and it was awful, man. But then it's like insanity is contagious. First you had the kid, the girl that got shanked the other day. Or not, it was like last week actually now. Like there was that whole thing. Not even get into that. Not gonna get into politics or racism or you know, there's no need to, man. It shouldn't be that deep. I mean, because if you think I've seen videos, and I'm not gonna go off of just some of the videos that I've seen, like the negative videos, the extreme videos I've seen online about Chicago or the girl in Charlotte, or this one, or this thing that happened right now, because it's gonna be inflamed. It's all gonna be inflamed on the internet. People are all gonna be inflamed. I already went on Facebook, and I'm seeing stuff from the last thing that happened. Now we're added on this, and some people like yeah, but I'm just saying let the cooler heads prevail. People need to calm the f down. and take it slow and stay off social media, not feed into it. Don't even like, some people say like, yeah, show, I mean, gotta see it to understand what's going on. But after you've seen it, don't keep like watching it and 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 watching it. And like, I watched it like 10 times and I had to stop. Like, it's senseless. It's so senseless and it's sad. Uh, just like that girl. In like 20 seconds, she like bled out and was done. And like same with this guy and that kind of wound. And like what I said about in the last video about that kid that got shanked in the legs, how nobody helped. Nobody helped. There was like 50 people, 50 to 75 people standing around with their phones out. Everyone's trying to get like these new kids. Everyone's trying to get like the photo op. Oh, look at the blood, but dude bled out. No one thought about like the major artery or that. Oh, there's blood. Like it's real. It's real. Is it Kool-Aid? It ain't Kool-Aid, man. You got 8 pints of blood. Man, let me answer this.